Welcome back to another Film Geek movie review. Here in just a few, I'm going to be headed out to check out the new movie starring Selma Hayek and Channing Tatum, Magic Mike's Last Dance. This film is directed by Steven Soderbergh, and let's be completely honest, people, this is a middle-aged thirst trap. Come on, it should be on the freaking poster. So you just sent your youngest off to college. It's time for Magic Mike. In all seriousness, folks, what is this movie about? Alright, so from the trailer, what I can tell is this is the third film in the Magic Mike film franchise. Yes, things I never thought I would say in my life. The Magic Mike film franchise. And as the title suggests, this is going to wrap up the very complicated storyline of Magic Mike. Honestly, that's kind of true. To an extent, because I had never seen the first two movies, and they just so happened to be on HBO Max, so I went back and watched them, and you know what? Not bad. Not necessarily my cup of tea, but I would have given them decent reviews because they were entertaining enough. Probably just not something I'm ever going to go back and watch again. So here we are to another movie that I'm kind of expecting the same amount of quality as the other two films. Now, this one is directed by Steven Soderbergh, just like the first film, and the second film, however, is not directed by Steven Soderbergh. I believe he served as the executive producer on that movie. So anyways, the story goes kind of as best as I can tell. Magic Mike's business has kind of fallen apart and he's bartending, I'm going to guess somewhere in Florida because everything takes place in Florida at some point in these movies. So anyways, he's in Florida living that bartender lifestyle. You know, his business didn't work out. He has previously in the other two films been trying to start this furniture business. All right. So he is bartending to get by, and it seems like he's also doing a little stripping on the side again to make ends meet, or maybe he's trying to get his business back. Who knows? Anyways, one night he bumps into Selma Hayek, and apparently he gives her a lap dance so amazingly good that she decides to jet out to London, England with him, to put on some kind of burlesque show. And why am I saying burlesque show? Because burlesque show sounds classy as fuck. Alright guys, again, I'm giving this movie a lot of shit, and I haven't even seen it yet, but it is time for me to head out and get out of here. And like I said, honestly, the other two movies in this franchise haven't been terrible. They've been funny-ish. They've been enough. They've been entertaining. So I'm kind of expecting the same out of this. Alright guys, it is time for me to hit the road, and I will be back with my review of Magic Mike's Last Dance. Welcome back. Just getting home from checking out the movie. And you know what, guys? This movie was okay. This is definitely a middle of the road, just an okay kind of film. This is not going to set the world on fire. This movie's not going to be winning any awards anytime soon, but it does do what a movie should do, and that's entertain. So we're going to start off with the we're going to start off with the negatives, and then we're going to end things on a high note with all of the positives. So, the first thing about this movie that really isn't that great is the fact that this movie tries to be a lot of things. It tries to be a romantic comedy. It tries to be a story of plucky underdogs who are going to put on a show at all costs. It tries to be a story about female empowerment, and it tries to be a movie about a man's trying to get ahead in life and truly achieve his accomplishments, his dreams. But the problem is this movie doesn't commit honestly to any of those stories. It basically tries to be all of them that doesn't really want to choose one in order to be its main story. It's like the writers took a whole bunch of ideas that could be the perfect Valentine's Day movie, threw them against the wall and said, hey, there's Magic Mike's Last Dance. We'll throw in some sexy dance stuff, and then here you go. And that's another thing that's kind of negative about this film. This is the tamest R-rated movie I have ever seen. I seriously think this movie was sent out there, and then it got a PG-13 rating. And the people who made the film were like, no, wait. We're trying to make a sexy adult film. We're trying to make a middle-aged thirst trap here. We can't make it a PG-13 movie. They're not going to go see a PG-13 movie because they're going to think a bunch of teenagers are going to show up, and then it's going to ruin the movie experience for them. We got to do something to make this movie R-rated. And then they just kind of dubbed in some F-bombs. There's like 4 or 5 very strangely placed F-bombs in this movie, and I think that's how they got the R rating, to be perfectly honest. So the film is extremely tame. It is literally the tamest film in the entire Magic Mike's trilogy. It really is. So that was kind of, it doesn't really even commit to being a thirst trap now that I think of it. Damn. Alright, so the positive. Number 1, Selma Hayek is great in this movie. I really liked her. She had a lot of energy, and she really has a good time with this movie. She knows this movie isn't, again, winning any freaking awards. This ain't Shakespeare to say. And she knows it, and she has fun with it, and does a great job. Channing Tatum, same thing. He knows exactly what this movie is. The only problem I have with the two of them in this movie is that their relationship has absolutely no chemistry. Like, at the end of the movie, you're like, oh, they were romantic? Okay, there was some kind of romance there? Sure, I guess. But yeah, their chemistry together as a romantic couple was not there. Their chemistry together as two people trying to put on a show together, that was pretty good. They should have just stuck with that, not worried about having any kind of romance. But then I guess it wouldn't really work for that whole like R-rated romantic movie for Valentine's Day weekend. So yeah. Anyway, the acting wasn't bad. The story is kind of all over the place, but it is entertaining. Now, is it funny? Yeah, there's some decent jokes in the film. I did find myself chuckling a couple of times, but again, it doesn't necessarily commit to anything, as I keep saying. Alright guys, so I guess the verdict on this one is, if you absolutely positively have to celebrate Valentine's Day this weekend, and you cannot put it off at any cost, this is all you got, Magic Mike will do the job. It's a decent little film to go and see with your significant other, and maybe it'll make their blood boil a little bit for the ride home or something or other. Whatever couples do, I don't know. This is a PG-13 YouTube channel. Alright guys, well that's it. This is a solid film. If you are a fan of Magic Mike, obviously you're going to go see this one. I don't believe that if you are not a fan of Magic Mike, this is not going to be the turning point for you. You're not going to see this movie and be like, damn man, I really want to find out more about this Magic Mike. It ain't happening. This movie's not going to change you. But it's a decent film, so if you have to go see this movie over the weekend, what I'm trying to tell you is, don't worry, it ain't so bad. Just wait, it'll be over soon enough, and sit back and try to enjoy it. Alright guys, well that's all I have for you today. Thanks again for checking out the Film Geek. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me the old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's one more thing you can do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.